Morphin time! Yeah!
Every now and then, the Power Rangers celebrate their anniversary. For example, in 2023 they are going to celebrate 30 years of the franchise. Whenever they celebrate such big anniversaries, they make a special episode, and there is one such episode that stayed in the memory of all fans. The Forever Red episode, an episode where 10 Red Rangers from different seasons get together to stop a villain trying to destroy the Earth. It's always awesome to see Rangers from other eras, as it brings together all the fans who like different seasons of Power Rangers. Despite being a special episode celebrating the 10th anniversary of the franchise, it is part of the Wild Force season, and that's why you can see Cole Evans participating a lot in the episode. Several years ago, the death of Zordon occurred, and with his energy, many villains were left in shambles. One of those villains was King Mondo, the leader of the Machine Empire and the main villain of the Power Rangers season Zeo. Although Zordon's energy had reached many parts of the universe, several members of the Machine Empire still survived. These members of the Machine Empire are now led by General Venjix, who is on the moon with his entire team digging up Serpentera, a giant dragon-like monster that was the Zord of Lord Zed. This Zord is much bigger than all the Zords that have appeared in the history of the franchise. Unfortunately, in this episode we are shown a very small Serpentera with a different design since it was made in CGI. Andrus, the Red Ranger from In Space, is the first Ranger to appear and is on the moon watching everything the Machine Empire does. After escaping from the moon, he calls Tommy Oliver, who was the Red Ranger in Zeo and Turbo. Tommy calls all the Red Rangers and gathers them in Na Zeta to talk to them about what the Empire of Machines is doing. At that time, there was Tommy Oliver from Zeo, Cole from Wild Force, TJ from Turbo, Andrus from In Space, Eric the Quantum Ranger from Time Force, Carter from Lightspeed Rescue, and Wes from Time Force. At that point, all the Rangers that Tommy had called had not yet arrived. Just as they were about to board the ship to leave, they hear a motorcycle, and Jason, the original Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin, appeared. When Cole meets Jason, he wipes his hand to greet him, as he was very nervous because for them Jason is a legend. You can't see it well, but apparently Jason never shook Cole's hand and just touched his arm and smiled at him. We can see that Jason treats Cole like a rookie throughout the episode, and this changes Jason's personality a bit, since in Mighty Morphin he was never like that. When they are all on their way to the ship, we can see the first epic scene with 8 Red Rangers walking all together. On the moon they all gather the entire Machine Empire to pay tribute to their King Mondo and plan what they are going to do to conquer the universe. Then, we can see Leo from Lost Galaxy take out his red Quasar saber to be once again the Red Ranger. On the ship we can see Andrus enter the meeting along with Alpha 7, which many have confused with Alpha 5. Tommy tells them what the mission is going to be, and Jason mentions Serpentera since he had to fight against Lord Zed when he was handling Serpentera. As the Machine Empire prepares to board Serpentera, the Red Rangers show up to stop them. At that moment the first battle begins, but Venjix escapes, and Cole tries to stop him. Venjix attacks him and is about to destroy him, but Leo and Oriko, the Red Ranger of the Alien Rangers, appears. As a curious fact, we can see that Leo comes out of his transformation, but Oriko does not. Here we get to the second epic scene, when Venjix can't believe there are 10 Red Rangers, and they all stand at attention to start the second battle. Then the action begins when Jason announces that it's Morphin time. All the Rangers do their morphing, and at the end we get to see one of the most epic scenes in all of Power Rangers history. All the Red Rangers gather together and there is a big explosion of red behind all of them. The second battle begins, and all the Rangers unite to fight 2 Rangers against 1 monster. In this battle we get to see great moves from each Ranger, starting with the screw kick that Jason does to help Cole. We also get to see Wes and Tommy fighting together, and at that moment Tommy does his special kick, but the amazing thing was how they filmed the scene. Then, we see a really cool moment when the Alien Ranger and the Quantum Ranger help each other, and Eric uses one of the most powerful weapons, the Quantum Defender. We also got to see Leo and TJ fighting with their swords, both of which made spectacular moves. Then, it's time for Andrus and Carter, who are using their blasters to defend themselves. At the end we can see Cole making a big attack against Venjix, who escapes and tackles Serpentera. This would seem to be the end of the mission, but Cole has an idea and calls his motorcycle to fight the monster. Serpentera has a great weakness, and it is inside his mouth. Although it is not known if Cole knew this, yet he enters through its mouth and destroys Serpentera. In my opinion, even though the episode was very good, this ending took away from the credibility of everything, since Serpentera is a Zord that no one had been able to destroy, not even with other Megazords. Besides this, even though the episode was Wild Force, they should have included all the Rangers in the final destruction to make it even more epic. Even so, it was a very memorable episode, and after 20 years of its premiere, we are still talking about it. At the end, something happens that perhaps at the time was not so significant, but now after the loss of Jason David Frank, it becomes an impressive and even a little painful moment. All the Rangers say goodbye to Tommy Oliver as he walks away from everyone. This for us means a goodbye forever to Jason David Frank and Tommy Oliver.